Alright, y'all, welcome back. It's your man Tech Nish along with retromodrob, alright? And this is episode 6 now of our podcast. And we're doing something a bit different. This is not my part, even though it's on my channel. It's for both of us, me and Rob. And Rob brought up a really interesting topic that I think a lot of us, retro gamers, and then I'm gonna put retro in quotes because this is part of Rob's part of our conversation is just talking about what is a retro game, and then just the recent spike in pricing and availability, and then availability as in people or demand. I think that's better, demand for these so-called retro games and everything. But I'm gonna be just going off with Rob, going off with you, man, and you just want to start it off, and then we'll just talk it through. You know what I mean?
Sounds good.
Yeah, like we normally do, anyways. So,
yeah, our usual banter.
Right.
Yeah. No. Good morning. This is an early one for us.
Yeah, we got coffee. Okay, I got my DVDs up, and I got donuts, not from Dunkin' Donuts because their donuts are crappy. I got this from Quincy, so I
nice.
love it. Good.
No, this is great. Yeah, we were talking beforehand, and we thought about doing this video, and I was just, I didn't want to go into a rant or anything, but I was I've just been seeing a trend lately in the retro gaming community, and even more so too with the just collecting in general. I noticed that the term retro is just thrown around now to a point where people see something from which could be 80s, 90s, or early 2000s, and so they think that that's because it's old that they'll just slap this insane price on it and try and just make off with with a profit off of it. And it's frustrating as a collector, because we know, you and I, that the value of that is not what they're trying to pawn it off at. And so I just feel like lately the market is just getting saturated with just overly priced collectibles and games, and I think it's hurting the market. So it's just kind of a thing that struck a chord with me. I literally was out the other day collecting, and I was at a normal game exchange store, and the prices I could tell were just going off of eBay. Right. And I don't feel like eBay is a true value of what the market is. And that's more of a supply and demand quote more than anything. So yeah, I just thought it'd be kind of nice to talk about that.
Yeah, and then just to piggyback off you with the eBay reference, there's a couple of really good documentaries on Amazon Prime, on Prime Video, where they have YouTubers like ourselves and everything, and retro collectors, and then they actually go out and do hunts and stuff. And I know that there was one particular one. I'll put up a list of some of those movies. Those documentaries, but I remember one of the collectors, they went into a swamp meet down in Florida, and swamp meet, if y'all don't know, it's the same thing as a flea market, or just an organized yard sale with a group of people selling stuff. And they showed one of the people that are selling, and they were asking him about his prices, and then he's pulling up his phone and actually showing from eBay the actual prices and stuff, and that's why he's basing it on those prices too as well. So yeah, it's been really weird. I think if anyone heard recently, there was a copy of Super Mario Brothers for the original NES. It's one of those. It's a pack-in game, back in the '85 or whenever you bought your NES brand new. It was part of this. It's part of the package. All right, so, and it's not a game that is hard to find. Literally, you go to one of those game exchange stores, retro gaming spots, or even flea markets. There's dozens of these in a stack, and you could pretty much buy for a fraction of what it was selling. And it was selling it for $2 million sealed. $2 million. It got auctioned off for $2 million sealed. And then what I ended up doing, did some more research, right, Rob? And I found out that same copy, so I think it was 2021 when that copy sold, or 2020.
Okay.
But back in 2017, that same copy was sold, same thing, same grading and everything like that, but it was for $60,000. So how did it jump from? Even that's ridiculous too. Yeah. But how did it jump from there to there? Like, what's going on? And then what I found out, Rob, is that right now I'm getting this information from Den of Geek.
Yeah, I know that site.
Yeah, that site's pretty cool, and it's a pretty comprehensive, but then condensed like information site. I really like it. But what do they say? Like water, which is the grade.
I can't stand water. I will not go into my rant on water right now.
Yeah, so so water, and there's another group. I forget the Heritage Auctions. Water founded them too as well. What I found out is that when they sell stuff for auction, okay, they get a percentage of what's being sold. All right. So, and they're the ones grading it too. So essentially, what they could do is grade something, and no matter what it is, right? Like again, Rob, even we were talking about it because Rob doesn't want to rant, but we ranted earlier already. We went off, but. Yes. The reason why they do that and rate it so high, because they know that in auction it will sell in their auction house and they'll get a huge percentage of that sale.
Exactly.
So it's essentially like almost like fraud, almost.
And they've been investigated for it too.
Yeah, they've been investigated. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. They've had. I think recently, within a year or two, they were investigated for fraud.
Yep.
Because they were jacking these prices up for that very reason, so that there would be some kind of like huge commission. The grading thing on this to me is a little weird. So as a comic book fan, we understand the grading of comics because that's art. There's someone's poured their soul into this, you know, with the drawings and the storyline, and then that can age over time, and then that could be graded. But then the argument is, well, video games are art in a sense too, right?
Right. It is an art, though. It is an art, definitely.
But to grade a plastic cartridge that if we both know, if we just had a cartridge on the shelf, which you and I have a few right now, I know I could go dig up an NES cart right now that I've had for over 20 years. I guarantee you it's fine. I guarantee you we could do the old school blow on it.
Yup, the alcohol rub and everything like that.
It's going to slap right in. It's going to play. And the sticker on it should be fine. You know what I mean? It's not the same. To me, it's a different balance. The comic book, as we know, will age, and it's paper.
Right.
And so it's going to yellow. It's going to, over time, it's going to depreciate if you don't take the precautionary measures.
Yep.
Whereas a game, though, I've got games everywhere, and to me, it's ridiculous. And in these sellers now, no matter, like you said, if it's a thrift market, a flea market, whatever, thrift store, sorry, that's what I was going with.
Yeah.
They're not even properly selling these games that could easily be like $5 a game, or, whatever.
Yeah. And the game might not even be good.
No, I know. I've seen games out there. What was one I saw? Just an absolute terrible game for Nintendo.
And then Nintendo has a huge library, so there's a lot of misses. There's a lot of misses, yo.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was a terrible platformer, and the guy had it for, I think, like $48 for an NES cart, and I'm like, this game, like when it came out, I don't think anybody even bought it,
Right.
And it was easily a $3 game, but
right.
Somehow, and this person got in their head that this thing is old, it's retro, and I'm going to make money off of it. This is like a treasure they think they've discovered. And that's the kind of stuff right now that's just killing the market. Very frustrating.
Rob, I found out some other stuff too. As I was doing my research, is that because of the pandemic and people were stuck in the house, a lot of people were just trying to do like their nostalgia thing. And I remember around that when the pandemic happened, the current gen systems were just starting to come out. Your PS5s and then your Xbox Series X and everything.
If you can get one,
yeah, if you can get one, it was mad hard to get one. So then a lot of people were just like, you know what? I have this old Nintendo over here in the corner. Like, let me grab some of my old school games when I was a kid, since I'm stuck in the crib, and I'm just gonna be just playing these games. So that contributed to it. Matter of fact, these are the percentages right now from this one's from pricecharting.com. Pricecharting.com. So this is as of 2021. All right. So the biggest price increase in games so far, and I'm gonna give you 3 guesses. All right.
Okay.
All right. What do you think is what do you think is top 3?
We're talking for games.
For games, like from a particular system. What do you think is top 3?
You want me to start with like NES or?
Okay. So you saying any the original NES? You saying that?
Games
from it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say NES and probably something to do with any Atari.
Okay. Anything Atari, all right? You're close in terms of the Nintendo family, all right?
Okay.
All right, but as of 2021, when this article was written, GameCube prices jumped up 70%.
Yeah, dang, I should have went Cube. I wasn't even thinking about it. Yeah, GameCube is nuts right now.
70%, okay?
Yeah.
Then we got a second N64. That's 43% price increase.
Interesting. That's a different kind of gap in 64 to Wii or to GameCube.
I think because go ahead.
Wii is up there. Is Wii up there too right now or no?
Nope. The third one is on the Game Boy Advance.
Really?
Yep, and that's 42%.
That's interesting for handheld, especially since being stuck home. Like I would rather use a television or monitor than I would a handheld at the moment.
Yup.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's interesting.
That's interesting. And then just for a bonus, the fourth one is in television, and then that one's at 39%.
Really? Man, I don't know who is out there right now driving up a television. And this isn't a knock anyone out there.
No, we're not knocking anybody. No, because if you like it, you like it. But it was interesting. I'm just like,
but that's not the one you would think would be in the top 4 even. Like
the Ataris are around like between 11 to like 16%.
Okay.
Yeah, Atari, ColecoVision, stuff like that. And then you got the lower end, which is like not even the last gen system. Yeah, well, the last gen was PS4 and then the Xbox One. But then this gen after that, PS3, Xbox 360, they're around like between 10 and 13%.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So
the next big surge though will be from what you and I were talking about is probably going to be the Wii U.
Yup. Why is that? Why is that, Rob?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, the eShop is shutting down officially March, I believe, of next year.
Okay.
But
that's the thing. You could download from the eShop.
Could. To download, right? Mm-hmm. So you could get games, I think, up till June with your debit card or whatever credit card you had stored on there. But then they've nixed that as of June. I think it ended.
Okay.
Now you have until August to use your Nintendo points. So if you go buy those Nintendo eShop cards at GameStop or wherever, you can use those until the end of August. And then after that, it's going to be just a huge pain to link your Nintendo account to the Wii U from your Switch. You have to do it from the Switch.
Yeah.
And so the thing is there's a lot of great titles on there right now that are very, very affordable. You can get Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 for about $20 a piece.
Wow.
Brand new. Digital download. So download it now, because I've already seen that Mario Galaxy 2 in the wild right now is like $60 to $80 for a copy right now. And that's insane right now. And that's while the market's still
yeah, and they ported already Mario Galaxy 1 on the 3D All-Star. For the Switch.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did. So I'm assuming if you find that in the wild, but even regardless, like, keep going.
That makes sense then, because I remember the Switch was going to have that on a copy, and that makes sense why Mario Galaxy 1 then is still relatively cheap then in the wild right now. Because I was wondering, I saw you can still get it out there for like $15 to $20.
Yeah.
But that's used. But Mario Galaxy 2 is insane right now. And that's just those two titles. I mean, Metroid Prime or Metroid the Trilogy. Yeah. You can get the whole trilogy for Metroid on the Wii right now for $19.99. That's 3 great Metroid games for the Wii.
The first
for $19.99. Yup. Versus I saw the trilogy on eBay and I think even Mercari for $200 to $280 right now. Like, I know, it's just, and again, this is while you can still get the game on. Imagine now when the eShop is shut down, there's no way you're going to get a copy of that trilogy.
No way.
No way.
Because people
and so you're hurting. This is hurting collectors who you and I, we talked before. We don't collect to collect per se. Collect these games because we want to play these games.
Yes.
We're not putting these on a shelf and staring at them like
I'm not leaving it sealed in its original case and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm just looking to play this game. I want to own it, I want to play it, and I want to put it back when I'm not playing it. And that's what's frustrating. So.
Yeah, and it locks people like us out, which isn't fair. Like, I want to play these old games, but I'm not spending a ridiculous amount of money just to get it. And then and that's just if it's just a loose disc or a loose cartridge. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter just because of the rarity of it. Companies are not printing these games again unless it's like a limited run company like them. Sometimes they do reproductions and everything like that, but even that is slim. Even that is slim in terms of those releases. So it's really, really hard, yo.
It's gonna force a lot of people too to probably use emulation or get into emulation, and that's a slippery slope too, because you've got to make sure that you know what you're doing and you know where you're downloading from, and that you're doing stuff that's legal.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know that when you get these ROMs, technically you're supposed to, if you have these ROMs, you should also have the original copy of the game. That's what makes it legal.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that, so so a lot of people, they don't want to get into that, and I don't blame them, because it's a very, you got to navigate this world of emulation download, and if you don't own the physical copy of the game, then you shouldn't have the ROM. In theory, that's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, but that's not the case.
Right.
That's not the case.
Yeah, we all know there's ROM sites everywhere out there.
Everywhere, yo. Everywhere.
Yeah.
And like
or you can just go on Etsy or wherever, and you can just buy these pre-modded systems. Like you can get a Wii U that's fully loaded with like the entire Wii library. You know what I mean?
I was on Mercari, and then and then I was looking for Dreamcast games, right? So then there's a guy on there, I'm not mentioning his name, but he does like reproduction Dreamcast. For the Dreamcast, it's very easy to burn discs for the Dreamcast because there's no lockout code, none of that.
No, you can use like just a standard DVD type disc.
Yeah, and this record, just copy it on there. So I have a ton of games, and then what the guy told me, he's like, yeah, you can YouTube this stuff or anything. I mean, like, show it on your channel and stuff, but just don't mention me and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, I got cannon spike, which is like, if you look for that in the wild, that thing is at least like $600-700.
Oh sure.
Oh my gosh, I got Power Stone, which is at least $1,000. Plain and simple, Power Stone, and everything like that. And that's not fair because I want to play the game. Now I gotta resort to this. That's all right. That's all right. I don't think I would do the ROM gate because I'm very leery of like downloading stuff from the internet unless it's like I know this is a trusted site and stuff like that. So
yeah, you just, if you do your research, I found some pretty good sites that are very trustworthy without any repercussions or weird whatever you think you're gonna get. Like the old days of LimeWire.
Oh my god. Napster.
LimeWire
was worse though. Yeah, you put your computer on LimeWire, you might as well just hand all your passwords over. You know what I mean? Take the disk drive out, the hard disk drive out, mail it to them. Like
you also never knew what you were gonna get though. Like you thought you were downloading like a movie or something. It would just be some completely different. Like, but I've got a PC I use here in my gaming room that I download some ROMs to it for some of the physical copies I have that because I get paranoid too. Like I know we just talked about how like, we have these games and stuff and I could pull one out right now and it would look as worn or whatever, but I still don't want to like use it to the point where it won't work. So it's nice sometimes to have the ROM too. Because there's some games that you just play a lot, like over and over again. Like Daytona for Sega Saturn.
Oh my gosh, that game!
I will play that game at least 5 times a week. It's like an awesome. It's one of my go-to. Just throw it in real quick.
Daytona.
My son Gabe, like he thinks that song's hilarious too. Like in the beginning, and there's a animated meme he showed me with SpongeBob. Where they're just like do 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 do, and Squidward pops through the door and they're like Daytona. He bought me a copy of Daytona Sega Saturn.
Oh, he did?
All in the jewel case and everything. My son gave.
Nice, man.
Yeah, for Father's Day, it was really awesome. I didn't even know he got it, so it's on I display it with all my gaming stuff because it's like hands down probably one of my top 5 games I just love.
I love playing that in the arcade.
That's the reason I bought a Saturn was that game.
Yeah, I love playing that in the arcade. And
me too. I still do. I still play it.
Oh my gosh, if I get on it, and then we only raced the oval track. We never really wanted to do it because the oval track was easy and it was all about the gear shifting. Like how you can finesse the gear. It was only 4 gears, right? Yeah, it was only 4 gears. But you had to shift.
If you did it in that one turn, man, that car was flying.
If you catch it the right way, like boom, you're gone. Dog, that was and you had like the 4 seat arcade set up. Remember that? Like all your friends would be on it. You just be talking and smack to your boy over there. It's like, dog, you're in last place.
I think they only run the two car one now at most arcades.
Yeah.
You can do like 2-player Daytona, but I haven't seen a 4 one in forever now.
That was back in the day. There was this place in Boston. It's kind of Dave and Buster's, so it was a place like that. Dave and Buster's wasn't there in the 90s. It was a place called Good Times, and it was just had.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know about that? I think they had.
I do know about Good Times. I do.
Yeah, Good Times, dog.
Hey.
Yeah, and it was like you had the batting cages inside, the pool tables, and then it was just dumb amounts of arcade machines everywhere. And then like you had like I think like after 10, you had to be 18 and over to be there after 10 o'clock or 10 o'clock because they started serving like beers and stuff like that and everything.
Yeah,
so, like,
yeah. I don't know. I think I told you, but I lived in New England. I lived in Rhode Island for about 4 years or so during the mid '80s.
So you might have seen, you might have came up and saw it.
Yeah,
like, dog.
Yeah.
It's not there no more. It's like a Home Depot there now, but.
Dang, yeah,
but yeah,
wow,
Good
awesome.
Times.
I remember Good Times. I do. I remember the batting cages too.
Batting cages inside, yo, man, that place was awesome. And they had
That's crazy.
They had the 4-car setup for Daytona.
Yeah,
and it was amazing. But yeah, yo, but yeah, we got off track. Sorry, y'all.
It's my fault.
We always do that though. But that's okay. That's okay. All right. So I know that you I remember yesterday you were talking about water, and then you want to kind of finish off and you can rant. It's okay. There's no cursing, but
no, I'll just finish with I think water is just I find them to be, it's overrated and somewhat, to me, it seems, I don't like to necessarily say that it's corrupt, but there's definitely, something's not right to me with WADA. I was just watching a movie not too long ago. If you follow the NES Pursuit or Retro Liberty or...
That's what I'm talking about from Amazon Prime and stuff like that.
Yeah,
stuff like
and
that.
I've followed those guys a lot, John Riggs and all those... The Immortal, John Hancock,
Metal Jesus,
all those gaming channels, Metal Jesus, all of them are great. We love those. But the documentary started out so great, but then right dab in the middle of it was this 45-minute ad for WADA Games, basically. And I just felt like all of them just sold out. All of them just sold out, and they're just promoting WADA at that point. And I was really disappointed with that movie because of that segment of WADA. I think they're killing the market. I think they're ruining video games. I think it's... I don't know. I can't live in a world where Super Mario or Super Mario 2 is selling for,
millions,
ungodly amounts of millions of dollars. For what reason? There's no reason.
To sit on a shelf.
Yeah.
To sit on a shelf. I mean,
it's not even rare. It's not even rare to find that a copy of that game. Granted, or is it rare to find it new and sealed?
That's what
probably.
It is. Yep.
Right? Probably. It probably is rare. But is it worth in the millions? I don't know. I can't even see it. Maybe. I don't know. And how are we determining this value? Where is this coming from? You know what I mean? Where you're grading a game that's sealed in a box that's brand new. I could see $1,000 maybe. Yeah. Even that seems ridiculous though.
But and then on top of that, you don't know if the game works. It's been sealed in a box for God knows how long. Cartridges have a life. I mean, I was watching the other day. You got to repair cartridges. You got to take them apart. Yeah. You got to change the board.
Open cart surgery.
The cart surgery, yeah.
Open cart surgery.
Open cart surgery. You know that one, yeah, on YouTube. Yeah, because I have a Genesis game that doesn't work, and I know that I'm gonna have to take this thing apart and swap the board and everything like that. But in lines of what I'm saying, you don't even know if that game inside that in that box works. And I think that's the biggest thing. If you want to rate something, all right, if you want to rate it, I think its functionality should be in play too.
Yeah.
Functionality should be in play too. But if it's sealed up, what is it? It's just this holy grail thing that's gonna sit in this glass case with a shining light over it.
And then what?
Look what I spent. I spent $2 million on Super Mario Bros. I mean, dude,
you'll never play.
You'll never play it. You'll never play it.
Even car collectors drive their cars.
Yeah. Jay Leno got a crap ton of cars. He drives all of them. He drives all of them. Even the weird ones. He drives them still. So I'm just what are you doing? Man, listen. I think that,
I'm just not a fan of them. I'm not a fan of the grading and the CG, all that stuff. I think that's just collecting.
If anything, that's just strictly collecting. You can't add retro to it, because I'm gonna make a new definition now as I'm on a semi-rant myself. All right, I think retro means is that you have like nostalgia. You have a fond nostalgia of things in the past, and you want to experience them in the present today. I think that's retro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, what they're doing, like I said, this and buyers on eBay, all this stuff is just killing the market, though, for collectors like us who are just who, like you just said, we understand the value of retro. We know what retro is. So,
right.
Yeah, that was just my main like thing I wanted to talk about today, though, was just kind of get that off my chest, because as a collector, it's just frustrating right now, because I mean there's tons of gamers like you and I that we want the game because we want to play the game. We don't need it to be graded and to sit on a shelf. If I want to live that kind of life, that's why I collect comics, or that's why I collect other things that I know. And even with comics, I'm gonna buy two. I'm gonna buy the one to keep in storage, and I'm going to buy the one that I'm going to read because I want to know the story.
Right.
So,
right. I have a bunch of Deadpool comics too from the 90s, and I mean, they're in their little plastic, plastic protector and stuff, but I still take them out to read them. Granted,
I've done that with mine too.
Yeah, granted, I'll have gloves on, just to try to preserve it. But I'll still break them out and read those comics every now and then, just to remember, September, blah blah blah. I went to Blueberry Comics and picked this up. Like, and I really like this, but I remember this story. But I feel like I've said earlier, retro is like you have that fondness of the past and you want to experience it now, and it's not just about turning a profit, because like I said in the beginning, and you said it, like, they're getting investigated because it doesn't make sense. From 2017 till when this $2 million Super Mario Brothers been sold, what happened in between there? I don't know. Like, what happened? People got greedy, and it's locking people out and everything. That's not fair. That's not fair.
That's how it goes.
And I'm gonna say this to everybody too, people watching and stuff. If you do have old games on them, please hold on to them, okay? All right, because you never know. But I think the most important thing is that you'll be able to, share those with, the generation now, and then just talk about why this was so great, and then put other people on and everything like that. And it's just, you're sharing your joy, and you gotta share your joy too. So I think that's really important. Like, I love looking at Rob's background, every time I see it, and then the other parts and stuff, and then he did the room tour and stuff. My room tour is gonna come up. It's just that I have to just straighten some more things out. But I'm gonna do a small room tour. I like that. My couch isn't beat up though. Thank the Lord. But
that's good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, because I got some choice stuff in here, and then just just be more personable about it, because we really like this stuff, and we don't mind sharing it. And
it's nice we can invite people in to our little domains and show them kind of what we're into and share that with them. And it's nice. Like I said last time I was talking to you, I don't like showing this off in a braggy way. I just like sharing with people who may or may not have the same common interests or the stuff they see in here. Hopefully they're just like, oh, I remember that, or wow, it's pretty cool that he has that,
retro experience in the past, okay? Experience in the past and reliving it in the present, and it's enjoyable. But Rob, I think that's a wrap for today. You think so?
Yeah. It was great. Thanks for letting me go on a little spiel with you.
Yeah, and any other again, we'll talk offline. Anything else you want to talk about? This is ours. This is ours. This is not just mine.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah.
So
when we got into this, I was just like, "Hey, I'm just happy to be here." And now you're like,
I was too, and I am too.
Now you
like,
let me run with stuff, and I'm like, "This is great, man. God bless. Thanks."
Yeah, yo, and it's just like it's just a really dope experience. And then Rob, your birthday's tomorrow. Okay.
I know.
All right. And then I sent you a special gift. All right.
Oh, it'll be shared, my friend.
Yeah, a special gift. And I noticed that you don't have anything related to this in there, and it's a big part of our childhood too. So you're gonna really like this.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, and I put on the package retromodrob. Like I didn't put your name.
Yeah.
I just went right on there, dog. So when it comes in, the family pick it up. Be like, Dad, I think you got something in the mail.
when the mail person drops it off to him tomorrow, he's probably like, "Oh, this makes sense. Seeing all the other stuff he's been delivering now." Yeah. I've got like arcade stools coming all the time. I got like movie posters. All this gaming stuff's been coming in the mail all over the last like week or so. Yeah. And now he'll see like that name on there, and he'll be like, "Oh, okay." Dude's a gamer.
Dope. All right, Rob.
Can't wait.
Can't wait too, dude. Till next time. Besides that, y'all, this is the man Technish, and this is retromodrob, CappsOffgaming podcast. And not until next time, we'll see you later, y'all. Peace out, man.
All right.